Parental discretion is advised.
What's up, guys? This week on the Wrestling Mayhem Show, we discuss the glory of the Rhodes family, the failure and the magic of Dan Sandwich. Stick around.
Want to have your business or podcast featured on the show? Contact us at info@sorgatronmedia.com. Subject line, advertising.
Just wait. Wait for the perfect time, then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect time.
Hey guys, welcome to the Wrestling Mayhem Show 391. I don't even know what we're going to talk about tonight. I know it's going to involve people in a squared circle and ropes and tights and probably a little more baby oil than probably should be involved in it. But I'm here, I'm Sorgatron, ready to talk about it, at Sorgatron on the Twitter, coming at you from the Mayhem Studios in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Also joining me from the under bowels of Hinesfield, where Bane came from, Papa Lunchbox.
Hi, everybody. It's Papa Lunchbox. Sorg is exactly right. I'm in the bowels of Hinesfield. I'm wearing a Bane mask. No, I'm not. You can see me. This is video. I'm not wearing a Bane mask. I am wearing a Bane mask on my penis.
And also with us, who may also be dressing up his lower body parts, is the former fan of the wrestle, Eamon, down in San Antonio, Texas. How you doing, sir?
I have a sock on one of my lower body parts.
Holy shit.
Wow.
It's my foot, you fucking perverts.
Also with us from the Bronx, New York, fresh off of the New York Comic-Con, and hopefully we'll be showing you some footage here and on the site and everything, is the Mad Mike.
I'm still trying to figure out why Eamon only has one sock on.
That's all you need.
Oh my. Of course, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. We like to be fans of wrestling, like to talk about what we like, what we don't like, a little bit of indie wrestling pinched in there as well, and a little bit of remembrance. You can find out more about us. We're over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, where you can find all of our posts, as well as lately a lot of the wrap-ups and after shows for TNA and Raw minutes after the show, using the fantastic Google Hangout application there for us to do some really quick video and conversations. We live in that stuff. And also we're on iTunes for audio and video. We're on Stitcher. We're on YouTube as well. Subscribe, download every way you can, and look up the wrestling. Hey, we're on Roku as well through the Blip TV app. I know there's a couple of you out there watching the show there. Hi, you can see me waving. Hey, what's up? And of course, you can drop us a line. We love to hear from our fans, the listeners of the show, and sometimes our enemies at Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
I'm sorry.
Thanks for tagging along there, guys. And you can also drop us a line on the phone number at 412-206-WMS0. So let's get with the show. The only way we know how, we have the fan mail. Is that right, guys?
Yes, fan mail.
Dibsies to LB. He's making a face. Sorry, guys. He's making a face.
That's right. Dear Mayhemians, there are a few matches from Raw that will always stay with me. Benoit and Jericho versus Triple H and Austin is first to come to my mind. Kurt Angle and Benoit in a steel cage is another. Last night, in the main event, I watched a match that will stay with me for quite some time. Major props to all involved, because that was a great moment in wrestling. Questions! Number 1, Xavier Woods has started a petition and was mentioned on Raw. Can you think of a more awkward way to introduce an NXT talent to the main roster? Yes, Ryback's Fluffer.
What?
Sorg?
Wait. Mad Mike's holding up his hand. He's going to hurt himself.
Damn it. No, I can't stop laughing. A midget dressed as a bull.
Oh.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I can't think of weirder ones than pseudo dance partner and SWAT team.
Hey. Part of that is a Samoan SWAT team, all right? Get it?
Because he's Samoan.
Because he's Samoan, and there was a thing called the Samoan SWAT team.
Wow. How about a party host for SmackDown? The Miz?
Oh, well, Miz wasn't from NXT.
Oh, actually,
was the point NXT? I'm sorry.
Yeah, specifically.
Wedding planner for your world champion and your boss. Wedding planner.
Yeah.
Thank you, Alicia Fox.
Oh wow, I forgot about that. And she's also
Yeah.
not NXT, but still. Wow.
I love that WWE's gotten better with that.
Yeah.
Because at least even like last night, they really recognized that, we're a part. Their NXT is a thing, and now that JBL's the GM for that company,
Well, what?
Yeah, have you not been following? That was a couple weeks ago.
I'm still. When did I say I was catching up last week, and I got up to that 2 out of 3 falls match from probably about 6 weeks ago? I'm not that far. Spoiler alert.
Sorry, that was from
Ooh, I
2 or
forgot.
3 weeks ago.
I have to catch up here.
I actually have a month of free Hulu Plus, so I can watch some NXT.
You don't need Hulu Plus.
Yeah,
Yeah,
actually, you don't need
that
Plus
anymore.
It's free anyway.
I have a month of free Hulu Plus. I can watch Raw.
Well, I don't
You
think
don't have to Raw.
Is Raw? Yeah, I guess you do need it for Raw still.
Actually,
But you don't
I
need it
can
for
watch
NXT.
NXT because now I can watch it on my big TV.
There you go. There you go, in full HD to see how small that place really is.
You can
Next,
watch
You get
Tyler
to see
Breeze.
Emma in HD. Emma in HD is glorious, I would imagine.
Also, Tyler Breeze begging Brad Maddox to clone him to be a tag team is also available in HD.
ooh, yeah, Tyler Breeze. Impressive. I loved second or third time he was in there, there's the iPhone. It looks like they have a live feed from the iPhone to the giant display behind him of him.
Yep. It's just like Cody Rhodes' entrance.
Yeah, when he's looking in the mirror.
Oh,
Yeah.
I miss that entrance. I miss that entrance so much.
All right.
Next question.
Yes.
Number 2, is it just me, or is the lack of a viable heel commentator hurting both WWE and TNA? Taz sucks balls. But it seems even JBL is neutered in his ability to play the evil role, and he is constantly screaming, "Olay!" and "What's up?"
Yeah, he's
I completely agree. JBL just seems bitchy. He's not an actual heel. He's just bitchy.
He's just very eccentric and almost pretty much drunk all the time. So he's gonna act that
He's like
way,
a crazy old woman.
Yeah. And I guess that's a heel because he's annoying, but
it feels like there's 3 guys out there that have whole banded together to just get through 3 hours.
exactly.
Which is like what we're doing in the Hangout.
Yeah, and there's times where they're selling everything that's happening in the ring, and there's other times where you can tell they literally do not give 2 shits what's happening.
Yeah, but I mean, given the giant time frame they have to fill, I mean, it's not like, I mean, it's we have to sell this, we have to make sure this goes here, and then I think that this is their breaks, to just kind of you can't be on all the time, right?
Yeah.
You know what? I've been meaning to say this for quite a while now, but the commentary has really been my favorite part of Raw recently, because it sounds like JBL and Cole and King are actually they're making weird esoteric references, and they're joking with each other, and it's genuinely funny. They called what they called El Torito Mini El Gigante one week. I mean, that's brilliant and hilarious.
That's a WCW reference. That's amazing.
Yeah. Well, that's also a WWE
He
reference.
wrestled The Undertaker at WrestleMania one time.
Well, as Giant Gonzalez.
Yeah.
That's it. That was it. Mini Giant Gonzalez.
Oh yeah, I do remember hearing that. Yeah. Unfortunately, I know we're in the Hangout, we're talking the whole night, and I do kind of worry that I'm missing out on that. I mentioned a couple.
Well, I think you get moments like that, but it's very hit and miss.
Yeah.
Because sometimes you get a joke that really sings, and when they bicker with each other, sometimes it can be really good, and other times it's just come on. Also, nothing's funnier than watching Jerry Lawler trying to do a joke in them, and Michael Cole and JBL just no-selling it.
I like that you said a joke really sings. That made me happy that you said that.
Yes.
It's true. It is hit and miss, but to be fair, I'm only listening to the commentary about 20% of the time. It's easy to tune out.
Yeah.
The other time we're talking about things in the Hangout.
Yeah. This is true, but but what else are you going to do with a 3-hour Raw? You can't just sit there and be on it the entire time, right? But I do enjoy SmackDown watching.
Well, I don't mind humor.
Yeah.
I mind humor at the expense of what's going on in the ring.
Yeah.
Because there's a point of it being humorous, and then there's a point of where you sort of shit on people.
Well, you guys know that it's the internet's fault that they do stuff like this now, right?
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's our fault.
Damn it! What did we do this for?
No. I'll give you 3 words that explain why it's our fault. NXT Season 3.
Yeah.
Yep. Because that's when Michael Cole and who was it at the time? Was it
Josh Matthews?
Josh Matthews. They just started shitting on the product and making jokes and doing all that stuff, and everyone on the internet thought that commentary was fucking hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know why the reason we thought it was fucking hilarious? Because it was different. Now every show does that, and it's fucking
not to that extent, though.
I think no. I think people thought it was good or whatever because NXT Season 3, as the guy who likes NXT, was a shitty product.
Mm-hmm.
And a lot of times in that era, when there was shit, they acted like it was fucking amazing.
Yeah.
That was the first time they were ever like, yeah, we realize this is fucking awful.
Yeah.
But there's times when, like, they're trying, and I don't mean to be, like, the champion for this. Sometimes they'll have a perfectly fine Divas wrestling match, and the commentators legit will not give a fuck anymore.
And just because...
That's because WWE doesn't know about subtlety.
Yeah. Well, you gotta think. Look at what it is. It's been referred to as a variety show. The closest thing to subtle they're doing is Zeb Colter's take on the Tea Party.
And Los Matadores.
Mm-hmm. Although it was, did anybody else see on that point? Did anybody else see the Daily Show talking about? There was Zeb Colter came out. I think it was when they were kind of first starting it, and then JBL and Cole actually had a conversation about the people's opinions on this matter, and about what?
About the border control.
About the border control, I think it was. Yeah. And they came on. They played that clip of it of them talking about it in response to Zeb and whether he was right or wrong, and actually had a really good spirited debate. Because I think JBL is.
John Oliver was like, "How is the most intellectual conversation we can get on border control being done in World Wrestling Entertainment?"
Yes, and I think Daily Show respects WWE. They've had many of their wrestlers on and everything. So I mean, that was one of those kind of special moments there, and I see that kind of unfolding bit by bit a little bit with the Zeb Colter thing. Maybe not since it happens all the time now, but I agree with you with they don't care about the match, but unfortunately, what makes them care about a match is probably going to be different than what they're just like, oh, this is a throwaway. We know this is a throwaway because the script says this is a throwaway and it's filling time. We don't care, blah, blah, blah. And we're so burnt out. And we need to take a little bit of a breather before we have to scream our heads off selling Daniel Bryan and Randy Orton and whatever craziness is going to happen at the end of that. So, especially at a pay-per-view, because they don't get practically any breaks during that.
Especially they don't get any breaks during Raw anymore now because of the app.
That's true. Wow, that is true. I didn't even think about that.
There's commentary over the apps now. Like, I remember when I was working at WWE, they would obviously keep the cameras running during the matches.
Yeah.
But there'd be no commentary. Mm-hmm. But now, because of the app, they're talking for basically 3 hours, unless it's a segment. But if there's like a match that's going on, they still do commentary over the app, and that's got to be a little awkward for them.
At least a little more strenuous for sure. Or nights like the marathon show when they had the Christmas Raw on top of the SmackDown. So there's that. All right, last question there, LB.
Are you upset by the abilities of Sting, Joe, Aries, and Hardy to make matches and stipulations on a whim, or can you see it being used as ammunition against Dixie when it is pointed out by AJ as to just how incompetent at her job she is? I think they could absolutely use it as ammunition against Dixie, but they won't because it's TNA and they're not thinking straight.
Hey, man, fill me in. What's going on with this idea?
Well, just a matter of Aries can come out and say, oh, I'm inserting myself into this Ultimate X match. And then Joe comes out the next week and says, oh, by the way, there's another person in this Ultimate X match, and it's me. I would hope that they would use that when, they sort of do the reveal of how Dixie's incompetent. But if you're going to have general manager figures and you're going to have like these matchmaking officials, people can't make matches on the fly. That doesn't make sense. It doesn't. And it's one of the things I hate about pro wrestling, honestly.
Mm-hmm.
If you're going to either have that person to make those matches or don't have one at all.
You don't really see that in WWE. You see, like, you know, we have our, like, 6 people come out and say, no, I should be the next number 1 contender. Everybody gets thrown into a battle royal or a number 1 contender, you know, triple, quadruple threat or something.
The only problem WWE has is that they never know whose power has what. Like, Booker T will come out and randomly make a match on Raw.
Yeah. Well, I mean, not so much anymore. And I think there's an underlying thing of, you're the world champion, so you're under my authority. We have that with Vicky, I think, the last couple of weeks on Raw, right?
Yeah, that's true.
So
They've gotten better at
we
that.
don't really talk about the brand split that is and isn't anymore.
Because it isn't.
There
It
isn't.
still kind of is.
Yeah.
It kind of is, because you do have some guys that are exclusive to Raw. Like, they had to make a special announcement that CM Punk was going to be on SmackDown this week, because he's normally not on SmackDown.
Yeah. But then all of a sudden we have something like, you know, John Cena is going to fight for the world title. Okay.
I still think that's somewhat of a swerve.
You think?
But they're announcing it that he's going to fight for the world title, so there is like a brand thing still there.
Okay, and but we've never. It's not like we've ever had someone taken out before a world title match.
No, I understand that, but the match was set up.
Yeah, but that match was also set up because the storyline surrounding the WWE title is its own little bubble. And you can't introduce something into that little bubble until it's ready to accept that. Otherwise, it will break the dynamic of Raw. That's why you have Brad Maddox talking to Paul Heyman now instead of Triple H or Stephanie.
Okay.
No, I get
What the
that.
fuck are you talking about? To break the dynamic of Raw? I have no clue what that means.
Well,
I don't understand that analogy at all.
Well, no, because the Daniel Bryan Randy Orton storyline is so self-contained that, like, only the Shield, Big Show, Triple H, Stephanie, Orton, and Bryan are really allowed to interact in that. Sometimes they'll bring in a Bella.
They bring in, or Miz.
Yeah, but Miz is still kind of an outlier to it because he's just fighting Randy Orton. He's not actually part of the feud.
I don't know.
It just, like, because you can't, because CM Punk said that Triple H and Stephanie would be taking over, like, 2 years ago when he dropped the pipe bomb. And now that's happening, and he's not doing anything about it. Because he's also in his own separate little bubble with Heyman and Ryback and Curtis Axel and everything.
You visualize booking in WWE, don't you?
I try to look for logic, Sorg. I always try to do that.
I know you do. But I think this is where the logic breaks down. You understand this is a show that's being written by a team of people. And I think that's
I'm aware of that.
Yeah, so I think that's where the logic of the continuity starts to break down. I mean, it's just like the continuity problems you have if you have a big event with Marvel, right?
Yes.
Because, I mean, the people involved with the CM Punk situation are not involved with this emerging The Authority, stuff with Big Show, and there might be separate people involved with that, and it's probably hard for that to keep concurrent. But I see what you're trying to do, and I like your visualizations with that too. But yeah, hey LB, finish off this email.
Yes. I'm not going to complain about how horribly lackluster the build was when the card for Bound for Glory is looking this awesome. I buy pay-per-views to watch great wrestling. This pay-per-view should have just that, with some potentially great matches. Regards, Dustin, sent via the Samsung Galaxy S4 and AT&T 4G LTE smartphone. They're not paying us to say that, but they should.
They probably should. They probably should. So should Apple after all these years. Yeah, Bound for Glory this weekend. Let's make a note to make sure we talk about that in the roundtable for you guys.
I'm going to do a live hangout for Bound for Glory.
Good.
I'm going to.
You should. And honestly, I probably won't be able to see it that night because I'm going to be involved in something we'll talk about here in the Indie Minute Sunday.
And neither will I because of something we're talking about in the Indie Minute.
Yeah. So, and I don't know if I noted my thing in there, so keep a heads up there.
Guys, it's TNA's WrestleMania.
It is.
What is more important
I do
than that?
intend to watch it. I probably just won't get to it that night, so I won't be able to catch it live. So, but this
Can I say something before we get into the Indie Minute?
sure.
That was one email.
Mm-hmm.
That's just one.
But it was so
That's
good.
okay.
But it's so good. We got 20 minutes of discussion out of it.
Yeah, that's true. But you know what? There's one email. Where the fuck is everybody else?
They're
Disappointing.
they're sitting
Fucking football fans. Are you football fans? No, you're wrestling fans. You're right into the wrestling podcast.
Or not.
Tisk,
That's cool
tisk.
too.
Do they read
You
your
know what?
emails
You know
on the football
I still
podcast?
appreciate the people that do take time to write into the show. Still appreciate it.
Well, we're going to make up for it here with the Indie Minute. But first, we are going to talk about... Hey, we got an IWC show we're going to mention here coming up, but we are running Twitter contests as we usually do. If you're in the Pittsburgh area, the Western PA area, if you go for a little drive and get down to Elizabeth, PA, we've been doing some retweet contests, just like we did with RWA last week and like we did with both of these last month. So go to Mayhem Show or twitter.com/Mayhem Show. If you're on Twitter, find the retweet this to win tickets tweet. And please participate in that, and you could win free tickets to this weekend's show. And also, the other giveaway, I think we're probably going to run it for about one last week here to try to get all we can out of it. We have a survey up at bit.ly/mayhem survey. It's bit.ly/mayhem survey. If you go fill that out, let us know what you think of the show. I'll read them all to Mad Mike. And you have a chance to win this John Cena My Life DVD set. Still sealed. Still in the plastic. And we'll send that out to a random winner of the people in there that have filled that out. Some great comments. Some interesting comments. Stuff we really, really, really are considering about things we can do. And we've actually been talking about things to maybe expand the show to address some of those ideas in a better way. So thanks for that. And also, hey, thanks to... I want to throw this out there. She's been on the show before. Thanks to @KDutters on the Twitters. It was
Dutters.
the survey was actually her idea and helped me a little bit with putting it together. It says, hey, you need to talk with. Like, yeah, I should do that. So
We want to hear from you.
it has been really eye-opening as far as that goes. And she has some other ideas you may see popping up around the Wrestling Mayhem Show site. Actually, if you want to learn a little bit about us, if you go to WrestlingMayhemShow.com on the About page, we're actually retrofitting that a little bit. So there's some updated bios we've been posting from us. So if you want to know why are we into wrestling, what are our favorite matches, what do we dig locally, that's the place to go. And how can you connect with us? That's also listed there on the About page, WrestlingMayhemShow.com. So check out the survey. bit.ly/Mayhem survey. Check out our Twitter @Mayhem Show for the retweets for the free tickets if you're in the Pittsburgh area. And with that, let's talk about indie wrestling with
Yes, indeed.
the Indie Minute.
Well, since we mentioned it in that little contest, let's start things off with the stuff going on this weekend for the International Wrestling Cartel. Stuff the Sorgatron Media will be involved with, and that's IWC's first ever retro reunion on October 19th in Elizabeth, Pennsylvania. Sorg, what's on tap for that one? What are you excited about going to that retro reunion show?
Apparently, a lot of old faces are going to be popping up here. I know you don't see any right away there, but one of the big ones is Egotistico Fantastico is going to be taking on our friend of the show, Facade. Another friend of the show, Bobby Shields, that we talked to a while ago, is going to be returning as well. RJ City is going to be there as well. Antonio Thomas, one of the Heartthrobs, the former, I think they were the Heartbreakers in WWE, weren't they?
I think it was hard. No, I think it was hard. Other way around.
There, it's a Heartbreakers in the Indies, I think. I don't think that's. I think I heard that he is actually injured, so that will not be going down as advertised. In the meantime, we got McChesney and Castle are going to have mystery partners. It's supposed to be from IWC's past. We got Team Big League versus Aeroform. We haven't seen them for a while. Big fan of those guys out on the Indies. You talked about this a couple weeks ago. War's taking on Pete Dunne and Mark Andrews, a couple guys from Britain. It's going to be very exciting. Can't wait to see that. Bobby Fish is going to be on there with friend of the show, Andrew Palace. So I think it's going to be a really, really cool show as far as that. It's definitely going to be more for us local IWC fans, because I think there's some faces. I have a feeling there's going to be faces that are going to pop up that are going to be like to IWC fans. It's going to be really interesting. I don't know. Who knows? We could get. I do know. One side announcement. Guy I know you're a big fan of. Why is he? Mike Elgin is actually returning for Combat in Clearfield next month, so I'm going to get to see that.
Very cool.
So, so you never know. Like a face like that could pop up, like one of those ROH faces, or something like that. Oh no, maybe we'll get Delirious or something. Who knows? So it should be a fun show. It should be. I like they're kind of mixing things up. They had the Proving Grounds. They had the Friday Night Fights. It's not just another, show that's named the same thing it was last year because, well, it's October, That's not a slight to anybody. I just realized that the one other company completely
take that every indie wrestling company.
Take that every indie wrestling company. But I do like they're mixing it up pretty good there. So you can check them out over at iwcwrestling.com. And I got something else, but I want to come back to it. So I want to hear about, I got two things, but I want to hear about your thing now, Eamon.
There's other stuff going on in the indie wrestling world, and now I'm going to talk about, I've got a big weekend ahead. Some cool indie wrestling shows are going down all across Texas, and I'm very excited for this. October 18th and October 19th in Houston on the 18th, San Antonio on the 19th. The NWA is holding big super shows with New Japan Pro Wrestling, and I'm very excited to be attending both of those events. You've got a lot of the mainstay NWA stars, your Rob Conways, a lot of your local Texas stars, and a lot of the stars from New Japan Pro Wrestling. Jushin Thunder Liger will be there, Hiroyoshi Tenzan, Gato, Takai Watanabe. Tons of great talent. I'm very excited to be attending that event. It looks, and not only we're getting the Texas stars, we're getting a lot of stars from all across the NWA, some from the Midwest, some from parts. Even I know Ray Rowe, friend of the show, is taking on Lou Marconi, who's a big part in the Pittsburgh area. Mm-hmm. So that should be very interesting on the October 18th for NWA Houston. And then the New Japan stars are also coming over October 19th in San Antonio, Texas for NWA Branded Outlaw Wrestling. So those are going to be two really fun events that I will be attending. You can check it out. I believe NWAHouston.com is where you can get tickets for the Houston show. I'm not sure about the BOW show in San Antonio on the 19th. But, go check that out. It's going to be awesome stuff. It's exciting to get to witness those talents that really, unless I lived in Japan, I wouldn't have gotten a chance to see. So that's very, very cool.
And to kind of go with what we talked about last week, are these going to be, do you know if these are going to be shot for video, or are these companies that usually do that?
Possibly. I know Houston, when they had a big, they had their Parade of Champions like Super Show back in April. They released that actually on DVD. So I'm hoping they're going to do the same for the Houston show. I'm not sure if they're doing it for NWA BOW though. But the Houston show has a really great lineup. So I'm very excited. Hopefully more people than just the people in the Texas area go to see that. So that'll be really cool. So hopefully I'll see you at there. If I don't see you there, the Sunday is Anarchy Championship Wrestling's Beyond Good and Evil event, October 20th, at the Mohawk in Austin, Texas. It's their Halloween show, so costumes are encouraged. Nice. It's going to be a very fun show. The main event, a double title match for the Heavyweight Championship and the World Hardcore Championship. Evan Jalistico takes on Matthew Palmer. There's also going to be ACH taking on Davey Vega, and what's sure to be a barn burner from the show. Gary J's going to be there. Tons of really cool stuff. Yes, Mike?
I have a quick question for you. I don't mean to interrupt. What are you dressing as?
I'm not sure. Last time I went to this show, I didn't really dress up, and because I'm not that big of a creative as far as wrestling costumes. I've heard some interesting stuff that may be there. So.
Okay, if you have suggestions for Eamon to dress up for Inspire's show, please
for Anarchy Championship Wrestling.
Anarchy, sorry about that. But if you have suggestions for what Eamon should dress up as, send them good times.
Good times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com.
Or
sure,
at
why not?
Mayhem Show if you'd like.
Absolutely. So you can get tickets at anarchychampionshipwrestling.com. And I hope to see you at any of those 3 events this weekend because that'll be fun times. There are tons of other indie wrestling events going on all over the United States.
You are kidding about everything.
There's a lot. And these are really a lot of the big ones. So there's got to be more, even more than this. Our good friends at Prime Wrestling are holding their big Resolution 6 event this October 20th in Parma, Ohio. I know they usually hold it at the Nautica. I don't think they're holding it there this year. They're holding some complex. But I went to Resolution 4 2 years ago, and it was a really fun time. Prime Wrestling delivers a really good product. Some of the matches, Johnny Gargano taking on Paul London in what should be a very killer matchup. I know Rhino taking on Crimson. There's going to be tons of really cool stuff. A lot of talent from the Ohio area. A lot of friends of the Wrestling Mayhem Show. And it's looks like a really good show. So I believe it's primewrestling.com where you can go get information for that.
And it is
so
also,
if you are in...
it's also available on iPay-per-view. Information's there as well if you want to check that out.
Very cool.
Always good stuff. Always a great show with Prime Wrestling. Of course, friend of the show, Joe Dabrowski, heavily involved with that and the build-up for this, helping that out. Zach Gowan's a part of the show. Matt Cross, Matthew Justice, and of course, everybody that Eamon mentioned. Always a really good one. I should be in attendance from the sounds of it. So I don't know in what total capacity I'll be there, but the word is I'm going to be around. So,
Very cool. Also, if you're not in the Ohio area, if you're on the other side of the U.S. in California, PWG, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla, has their next event October 19th in Reseda, California, entitled Matt Rushmore. It should be a very interesting show. Adam Cole, the PWG champion, is taking on the winner of the Battle of Los Angeles this year and his former tag team partner, Kyle O'Reilly. Also, tag team titles on the line as the Young Bucks take on Joey Ryan and Candice LeRae. Kevin Steen, another member of the newly formed Mount Rushmore stable, will be taking on ACH. And there's like a lot of great talent all across the United States convening. PWG has a super strong roster. So, yeah, if you're in the California area, go check out Pro Wrestling Guerrilla.
That's a big area.
I'm sorry?
That is a big area.
It's a big area, but I got to say, Pro Wrestling Guerrilla is legit worth it. They are probably one of my favorite companies of 2013.
And I understand Leg Kick TKO is going to be in attendance there as well.
Yes, I heard about that. So go visit Leg Kick and tell her hi and tell the Wrestling Mayhem Show sent you.
In the four corners, if there's a wrestling show, there might be a chance there's a Mayhemmer there. Like, this is how widespread this is getting right now.
Yes.
We got her out in California. You got you covering Texas. I might be over in Ohio. I will be in Pittsburgh. I'll be in Clearfield next month. We're well traveled. So the chance of running into a Mayhemmer or a Mayhem fan, let us know. Actually, and also, I know you got more, but if you are going to be at any of these shows and say, hey, I'm a Mayhem fan, give me a shout out. Look for me. I'll be the one when the pink hardcore wrestling unicorn t-shirt like Riz. Let us know and we'll throw that shout out too.
Awesome, definitely. More events are happening this weekend. If you're in the Midwest area, in Lafayette, Indiana, Wrestling is Heart is holding their event on October 19th. Looks like a really great show. The main event is a very interesting contest. Eddie Kingston going one-on-one with Heidi Lovelace. People may remember Heidi Lovelace as sort of a breakout star from National Pro Wrestling Day, and she's taking on a pretty hard hitter and sort of a mismatch in Eddie Kingston. It should be a very intense matchup. I'm excited to see how that goes. There's got a lot of great Midwest talent competing for Wrestling is Heart, mixed with some of the guys you see from the Wrestling Is promotions. So you get a lot of the Midwest talent. Then you get, Stony and Thunderfrog thrown in there, and Juan Francisco de Coronado, and it's always fun times. So I believe that's WrestlingIsHeart.com. Also, if you're planning on going to the Wrestling is Cool event the next weekend in New Jersey, that show is actually canceled. So just a heads up on that. If you are planning on going to that, don't show up because there won't be any wrestling there. But no, go check out your Wrestling Is stuff. Keep updated with all that stuff. Also this weekend, because there's more wrestling, Shimmer is holding their DVD tapings for volumes 58 through 61 in Berwyn, Illinois on October 19th and October 20th. That is going to be, Shimmer has a big, 2-day weekend of professional wrestling every, couple of months. And it's really great stuff. They convene with a lot of talent, the best women's wrestling talent in the U.S., and tons of talent that they bring in from Japan, like Yako Hamada, Kana, Hikaru Shida, who they're bringing in for the first time. Tons of great stars that, you'll have the first opportunity to see in Shimmer. So like I mentioned, that's in Berwyn, Illinois at the Berwyn Eagles Club, October 19th and 20th. Looks like a really stacked card. So go check out Shimmer Wrestling if you want your women's wrestling fix.
Woo! Holy crap.
Holy crap.
Holy crap, that's a lot of stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. And there was stuff, we're going to briefly talk about stuff that happened this weekend. For the stuff that happened with people involving the Mayhem Show. The first being the Inspire Pro Wrestling event that was this past weekend. The Quick and the Dead. I was a part of it doing commentary once again. Phenomenal show. I was really, really happy with, we had a great turnout. A lot of the matches were really show stealers. Especially the second half of the show, I thought really any of those matches could have, gone in as a main event, and it was really phenomenal. Some of the highlights was JT LaMotta in what is quite possibly his final appearance in professional wrestling in an absolute war against Andy Dalton in a street fight. It was probably one of the most intense matches I've seen live. Really great stuff. And then the Texas return of Robert Evans, who you may remember as a guy who looks similar to R.D. Evans in Ring of Honor or to that Archibald Peck guy in Chikara, having a phenomenal contest with Jojo Bravo. I said it on Twitter, Robert Evans is probably the best professional wrestler of our generation. And I'm not saying that just because he was a local guy. He is one of the best actors in professional wrestling. He knows how to just illustrate whatever's going on in the ring, and he's seriously phenomenal, and it was great to call that matchup. Our next event, hopefully we'll be able to announce a date for that soon, but we do know the main event, and it is to crown the first ever Inspire Pro Grand Champion, and that's going to be Davey Vega versus one-man Mike Dell versus Jordan Jensen. And that's going to be a fun time. So if you want to keep up with us and get more information on our next event, as well as more stuff going on with us, go to InspireProWrestling.com, Twitter at InspireProRes, Facebook Inspire Pro Wrestling. Go follow us. Go see what we're doing in the Texas area. And finally, something also big happened for the Sorgatron Media Network this weekend, and that was RWA. Bloody Harvest 5?
5, yes. And this is, we're not going to speak on necessarily the TLC match, which was absolutely crazy, a really crazy ending, but you'll see footage of that. Actually, you can go check that out over at RWA. Let's see if they posted it yet. Not yet. You will see that shortly, but no, it is there. That's quick work wheels. The RWA wrap-up is over at rwalive.com, including a little bit of commentary and some footage from some of the aftermath there. And, of course, you'll have the trailer for that running on the show next week here on the Wrestling Mayhem Show. But something more epic happened. Something that involves DJ Lunchbox. I think you'll be very interested in this. Are you ready for this, sir? So long time.
I can barely contain myself.
Your volume is also barely up too, and Wheels is with us as well.
Yes, I am.
So I just figured. Now Dan Sandwich is somebody that's wrestled now twice with you guys. And,
yes.
And you've listened to the DVDs.
Yes, I have.
Ring Rev Church on the Twitter is what does he call himself? The Wrestling Reverend, something like that. He has fun with your favorite person, Dan Sandwich, LB. And I know I wanted you to experience this, so I made a Dan Sandwich supercut for you. Papa
Yes,
Lunchbox.
I love Dan Sandwich.
So here we go with this. If I can hit the thing. And then notice who he fight.
Hey, Ham on Rise back.
His name is Dan Sandwich.
Ham sandwich.
Dan Sandwich.
Ham on Rise. Side of mayo.
Hybrid Sean Clark.
So
I don't know if I want to go with Chevrolet or if I want to go with chip beef. The River Dirt here in West Newton does not like Dave's Hot and Juicy up there. Kielbasa with sauerkraut's just standing there. He ain't moving. It's move for move between Pinto and Po' Boy.
So you get an idea. So this is what I have going on in one ear. While I have Chachi in the other ear at ringside, giving his own version of this. As soon as we figured Dan Sandwich is facing Hybrid Car, because his name's Hybrid, I'm already flipping out because I'm pissed that everybody used the name Hybrid in freaking indie wrestling. You have an idea.
It's a new super kick.
LB?
I feel it's a huge missed opportunity that at no point he called him Dan Manwich.
So I just wanted to bring a little bit of the show to you. The part I knew you would appreciate there, sir.
Thank you.
I mean,
Thank you. My love for Dan Sandwich is varied and girthy.
Okay. What was that, Wheels?
Oh, what I was going to say is, as soon as you and I found out Dan Sandwich was going to be on the show, first thing we did, we made sure that DJ LB knew he'd be there.
Yes, I took a picture of my sheet and that part of my sheet and actually sent it to him, just so he knew it was coming. So it was a special night as far as that goes. Sorry, there's a little bit of an inside joke. This is somebody we heard about when we first talked to Jimmy DeMarco here on the show years ago. Does that sound about right?
I think so. Yeah, he said Dan Sandwich, and my ears rang, and my eyes lit up, and I immediately had an erection. I said, "That's the greatest name any wrestler has ever had in the history of the world."
And I'm pretty sure this is the guy that no, I won't get into that on there. That's an off air. That's for gold. But yeah, so I thought you'd enjoy the Dan Sandwich Super Mix. I should have put the techno music.
Oh yeah.
There you go. Eamon, thanks a lot for letting me indulge right there with LB. You got anything else there, or is that the minute? That is all I have this week on the Indie Minute. Fantastic. So, if you want to support the show, guys, we got we are all about the multiple medias here on the show, right? Multiple medias. No single media. No single media left unturned. So one thing we got...
Single media can fuck right off.
Yes, but as I have here on my Nexus 7 device, the big Wrestling Mayhem Show Gold. Oh my God, everybody's holding it up. Okay, he's not holding it up. No, not holding it up.
Nice.
Sorry. But he's holding it up. There it is on the iPad. I made Sorg a liar. There's LB right there. It's for your Android device. It's for your iOS device on the Amazon App Store, on the iOS App Store. You can get it for $1.99. Quick access to all of your Mayhem Show audio files. Quick access to calling us, tweeting us, emailing us right from your device. You can check that out. And it supports the show. And you get special WMS Gold, just like these little clips we're going to show you right now. Guys?
You gotta do the goat. You gotta do the goat.
Like Batman?
Hey!
I will show Bobby whatever I want.
What's up?
So Sorg, who's gonna be on the show as of right now?
I don't care.
Okay.
Are we all gonna be on the show?
That's a statement to make.
Oh, yeah. I did! Oh, shit! And that's the one I can't show anybody because what he fucking says.
Oh,
damn it, Hot Wheels.
Oh,
here comes Mike Rain! Cross-body! And Marshall! I think I know they all to me. They tell me try to kill them, but I know that they are taunting me. But I do the concentration and I'm in a position of a comment who's masturbating. I'ma fuck myself. Figuratively, literally, cause I couldn't make the decision that was given to me. Backcracker! Hey guys, welcome back, and there's some footage. If you're on the video, of course, for IWC's last show, Friday Night Fights, over at sorgatronmedia.com/store. You can also get it over there on IWCWrestling.com as well. So this is going to be, you know what, we said, let's just throw the rules out the window. This is going to be free-for-all, and somebody just jumped in like right at the last minute too. So we're going to see how this goes.
This is your fault, Sorg.
It's time for Remember When, and this one's going to take a little bit longer.
That's what she said. Remember when, and you're gonna remember when. We're gonna look at all the faces then, because it's time for Remember When. The audio listeners don't know what's happening, but it's okay because this is a regular thing on the show, on Mayhem Show. It's Remember When.
Sorry, sorry. There's a lot to do. There's a lot to do there.
Why does Wrestle Fan look like LB's big boy, though?
Well, first of all, we need to talk about, we opened up, we decided to open the Hangouts early. We have Bobby, we have Wheels, we have Riz, and Mad Mike, of course, is still with us, and maybe some other people jumping in.
Hi, everybody.
Somebody jumped in for a minute there, but I think she got scared and ran away.
Hi, Lunchbox.
She did not, and maybe she's going to go get her shotgun that I saw her with the other night.
How you doing?
So tonight's question.
I'm pretty good. Is somebody watching a television?
Everybody's
Potentially.
watching television.
Oh, my mic wasn't up in the air.
I just wanted to check. I heard Murder, She Wrote in the background, and I got very excited. I'm sorry.
That Angela Lansbury. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
See the fine-ass woman.
Mm-hmm.
So
Angela Lansbury now or 1974?
So this week, oh my god,
Yes.
this is such a bad idea.
The answer is
This
yes.
is such a bad idea. Today's Remember When is going to try to be, and I don't know which one you guys put this in here, the long
and winding road that leads to the ring. Folks, we have new tag team champions, and it is the Rhodes brothers. Let's celebrate.
Yeah. So the easy thing is, so the thing is, what is your Rhodes memory? So we're talking any of the three, right?
Yeah, any of them.
Awesome. So LB, you're the one to put this in here. Why don't you go first then?
Well, two things. Number one, I have a fond memory of Cody Rhodes in God, what did he call it? In the stable with Ted DiBiase and Randy.
The Legacy.
What was that called?
The Legacy.
Yeah,
Legacy, yes, because especially there towards the end, they were really becoming very cohesive as a unit. And I remember specifically Cody Rhodes and Ted DiBiase doing mannerisms like facial expressions and moves just like Randy Orton. And they pulled it off very, very well. I think that was a very high point in Cody Rhodes' career, low point being teaming with Bob Holly. The other memory I have is I remember I didn't actually see the match, or it was just something that I had read about. Dusty Rhodes, someone had said no blood on TV, and Dusty was like, okay. And then he went out and stabbed himself in the eye with a spike on television. So those are my memories of the Rhodes family. Sorg?
I stand by it. I know I've mentioned it here on the. You know what? I'll change it up. Usually I say the ground meat Americana bit. I believe from Monday. From Main Event, but I remember the Sapphire days. That's when I was into wrestling, guys. Remember Sweet Sapphire?
Good old Sapphire.
And she was in a match. I think they legitimately found this lady in the crowd. I don't know the story on Sapphire. What?
The indie fans know Sweet Sapphire as somebody else, or
Oh,
I believe Sweet Sapphire was.
Eamon, you probably.
I got it. No one
know.
else did, Riz. Pigeon.
I was actually going to talk about where they got Sweet Sapphire.
Where'd they get Sweet Sapphire?
She was backstage at one of the shows,
uh-huh.
and they just needed someone to fill in.
Yeah.
But the crowd ended up popping so big for it. It was very much a Ralphus situation.
Awesome.
I'm not lying about this. It was very much a Ralphus thing.
Wow, that's awesome. But no, I remember, what was it? I think it was a WrestleMania match where it was like him and Sapphire against Sherry and Macho Man in a mixed tag match. I want to say that was 6. WrestleMania 6.
I believe so, yes.
So, but that was always the greatest because it was Dusty Rhodes, the common man, against the Macho King. You know, it was always a really good storyline going into that. So, what about you, Mad Mike?
Ooh, my favorite Rhodes memory. Well, I think I have one for each. For Cody, it was when he pulled the old switcheroo and sided with Ted DiBiase to screw over Hardcore Holly, because fuck Hardcore Holly. For Goldust, it was Goldust and Booker T at the movies, because of course it was. And for Dusty Rhodes, commentary on WWE Saturday Night. Just amazing.
He got a bicycle.
It's a bicycle?
Yes.
He got a bicycle.
God, it's a bicycle? Yeah. Riz, what about you?
I forget what the match was called, and I'm pretty sure I'm mixing up something, but I remember Dusty Rhodes in one of the weirdest WCW matches. Wasn't it him who was on the back of a truck?
Yeah.
Dustin.
Good thing
That
it's
was Dustin Rhodes and the Blacktop Bully.
Yeah, I remember that. I don't want to remember that.
Road Wild, wasn't it?
Yeah, I want to remember that, but I don't want to remember that.
It wasn't Road Wild.
No, it wasn't Road Wild.
I don't think they had that yet. Oh my god, I found footage of it.
Oh no. And also,
I believe it was an uncensored pay-per-view.
And also, Marlena.
Just Maria.
Just Marlena.
She counts as a Rhodes.
Oh wow, this
Marlena
is actually posted on
Saturday Night.
This is actually posted on WWE's YouTube.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
That's how bad it was, everybody.
Wow, they love showing off this kind of stuff.
Let's just have a match on the back of a truck, guys.
What is he trying to
I remember watching that match on a scrambled pay-per-view feed.
Wow.
Because I didn't want to actually buy the pay-per-view, but I was curious to see how they would do that match.
Yeah.
So I watched it like I watched scrambled porn.
What about you, Eamon?
Okay. The one that I can think of, Cody Rhodes does some good stuff.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I just realized that Blacktop Bully is freaking Smash from Demolition.
Yep.
Yeah, you didn't know that?
I forgot about that. I don't know. He's had so many damn names. Like, the last thing I remember him as is Repo Man.
He doesn't like talking about Repo Man.
Oh, wow. That was
really
fun stuff.
Cole Cabana said that in his podcast. Because Cole wanted to ask him about Repo Man, and he heard from a reliable source that he doesn't like talking about it.
Aww.
Repo Man was the best.
Sorry, Eamon.
First
I'm sorry.
roll of
You're
Repo Man.
keep getting interrupted.
That's okay.
It's just like Monday night.
But yeah, Cody Rhodes, we mentioned it a bit before. I really did love the Dashing Cody Rhodes stuff. I thought that was a really good change for him. And it was sort of that point where he hit that transformation after Legacy where he started to become like a real contender.
Yeah.
I think that was some of the best stuff he's done. Both that and then the transformation to the darker character was really, really great. Dustin Rhodes stuff, early Goldust when I first started watching wrestling was really cool. I kind of did like the whole electrocution getting Tourette's thing because it was sort of an example of I found it at my age very hilarious, and it was sort of an example of how Dustin Rhodes could really take anything and at least make it memorable.
You heard it here first. Eamon found Tourette's hilarious.
When I was like 10.
I found it hilarious at my age, too.
Everyone finds Tourette's hilarious at 10.
Come
Fuck
on.
you.
I found Tourette's hilarious at like 26, so it's
I find Tourette's hilarious at 30.
Actually, I still do.
There you go.
Moving on.
Yeah.
Sorry. That's my job. That's my job.
What?
Bobby, how about you?
I'm going to go with a gimmick that Goldust had that it didn't really get over, but it was kind of Goldust at his freakiest and scariest. The artist formerly known as Goldust.
Wow. This is not around.
You remember that?
When he was led around When he was led around by Luna with a dog collar?
Oh, God, I thought you were going to say 7, Bobby.
Dog collar and ball gag.
The artist formerly known as Goldust was just freaky and just. But the good part of Goldust, I remember, is with Booker T. All the stuff he did with Booker T was hilarious. And like everybody said, pretty much the Dash and Cody Rhodes stuff was really good, and the Rhodes Scholar stuff that he just did with Damien Sandow was awesome as well. So, and of course Dusty, anything he did.
There you go.
So,
oh God, that is creepy.
There was nobody from Cody's mustache. Cody's mustache just.
Wow. Sorry, I'm transfixed by the artist formerly known as stuff over here. What about you, Wheels?
Well, all right. See, I'm the old man of the group here, and I'm going to go for the old man first, Dusty. And one of the most favorite things about Dusty was, and it's because of commercial, I keep hearing this song so often, I think of the Midnight Rider. And I love that gimmick. And it was just, it's about as bad as Hogan's Mr. USA.
Mr. America?
But
Mr. America.
Yeah, that's it.
He was not Mr. America. He took a polygraph test and he passed. He was not Mr. America.
Hulk Hogan, you are not the father.
But Dusty,
he just looked like Hulk Hogan.
Yeah. I loved Dustin's stuff with the whole what was I thinking? Holy crap. Dustin, The Tourette's was good. Piper and him in the Hollywood match was one of my favorites to watch.
Oh, wow. The backlot brawl.
Oh, yeah, with Roddy Piper.
Yeah.
I honestly didn't say that.
So entertaining.
The famous line from Roddy Piper. Me, I'm a lesbian.
Everyone else would.
Awesome.
And Cody, well, anything with legacy and the whole porn stash later down the road was good for him.
Awesome. From Dutters actually pointed out it was mine was from WrestleMania 6, 1990, April 1st, April Fools, and and Dusty and Sapphire beat. Oh, Elizabeth came out. That was the big thing. It was the first time you saw Elizabeth.
Remember Black Rain?
Black Rain. Oh, that's a low point right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Didn't Black Rain have a rat named Terry?
Yes,
he did. Yeah, stupid rat.
Wow.
7.
So go check that out. It hit us up on the Twitters at Mayhem Show on the Facebook group, as well as on Google Plus. Let us know your remember when. #remember when. What was your favorite Dusty moment, or the Rhodes moment, or low point? Like if you really want to get in the Black Rain, right?
Didn't he gain weight for that too?
7. Yeah, that was the other one.
Nope, you're fat.
So I wanted to mention here, if you guys have it, you guys
7
like
tons.
wrestling T-shirts, right?
Oh, you mean like this one?
Oh, like that one that Riz is wearing, Property of Mayhem. I think you were the first one to buy that one.
I'm your guys' bitch now.
That's right. He's our bitch. And you can be our bitch too. Wait a minute. By going to ProWrestlingTees.com/WMS. And there's that shirt right there. You can pick it up along with the Good Times at Wrestling Mayhem Show shirt, as well as the logo and everything else. And it's also linked over at WrestlingMayhemShow.com if you can't remember that. But while you're there, you can pick up all kinds of stuff, all kinds of T-shirts, great stuff. We got, like I said, DDP's always there, Cole Cabana. There's a free Bobby, what is it, Roddy and Eddie shirt. What is this about? Who is this? Did someone get arrested?
Oh, God.
What is this?
Roderick Strong and... no, that's not him.
Yeah, it's the Wolves. I think it's both the Wolves.
Oh, yeah.
Well, no, Davey's
No, Roddy.
the other wolf.
Yeah.
Roddy's just the other Ring of Honor guy.
Oh, yeah.
He's Mr. Ring of Honor.
Stuff like that, so you can get your inside joke kind of thing. I always love it.
I did hear that one of my favorite people who does T-shirts, Barbershop Window, has just got picked up by 1 Hour Tees.
Oh, really?
So they're gonna be involved in that as well. So
well, that's cool.
That's where I got the pink unicorn hardcore wrestling T-shirt with the rainbows Sorg. And now you can go on 1 Hour Tees when you're waiting for your Property of Mayhem shirt. You can go
Pro Wrestling Tees.
More Pro Wrestling Tees.
Yeah, and a lot of our friends of the show are on there, including Johnny Gargano. He's got a "Did you enjoy the show?" a Dragon Gate T-shirt.
Yes, I did.
Johnny Gargano's Hurts Donuts. Johnny Gargano's my hero.
Wait, Sorg.
What?
What's a Hurts donut?
I don't know.
You're supposed to have someone hit me and then say Hurts donut.
Oh.
Mike, no.
Mike, no.
To incite the
That's
violence
the
of
joke.
the shows.
Mike, no.
No, that's the joke.
You've been wanting to use that forever, haven't you?
Yeah.
So go over
About time I don't
ProWrestlingTees.com
Wait, that
/WMS.
didn't make any sense what I just said.
Sure.
I wrote Sorg.
This is the best idea ever. So there's something in the chat. There's something in the document. Somebody put a badass Survivor Series poster. So we got this. Oh, it's not showing up right. I'm sorry.
Oh,
let me fix that. Now you can see it.
Phil.
There you go.
Release the Wyatt poster.
The Wyatt
it's amazing.
with alligators.
So Survivor Series is featuring the Wyatt family with that's an alligator over their shoulders. Holy crap. That looks fantastic. So if you don't believe that they're not behind
Bobby,
the
no.
Wyatt family, I think that pretty much proves it, doesn't it?
Sorg. R-Truth is on the poster of Hell in the Cell.
Yeah.
And
Like I
they're
said,
never firing
you
that
don't
guy,
think
are
wrestling- If you don't think the WWE's behind R-Truth, because apparently they are.
They are. He's getting IC title
He
shots
is
all over
your
the place.
next Intercontinental Champion, sir.
That's right.
Sadly.
That's not
Yeah.
Oh, sorry. But yeah, what do you think we're going to get in the Survivor Series? We got Hell in a Cell coming up in what, a week?
I think we have enough.
Kane.
Yeah.
I think
we have enough now for multiple Survivor Series matches.
I would hope so. I would love if they started doing
I think
that.
Randy Orton and the Shield versus Big Show, Daniel Bryan, Cody Rhodes, and Goldust.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would
Makes
also throw in Triple H and maybe someone else at the end of that, like The Miz.
Yeah.
Like Triple H, Orton, and the Shield versus Bryan, Show, Miz, and the Rhodeses. But I don't see multiple Survivor Series matches. I don't see that.
No. You think it's just going to be one big thing, like we had, like one big controller company kind of match with the Authority or something?
Authorita.
Yes.
Unfortunately, I think they'll be fine.
You know what I think they could do? Like a 5-team Survivor Series match like they did before.
Oh, jeez.
Or like at least have 3 teams on each side. Like you could have the Real Americans. I guess the Shield's out, but like you can get other teams because there are a lot of teams that we have.
Yeah.
Like there's tons of Funk, Real Americans, the Usos, the Matadores.
Olay.
Yes. Like you can get a bunch of teams in one match, I think.
Excellent. Yeah, that should be fun. It will get into some Hell in a Cell, and definitely here leading up to it. But we do. I want to make sure to get this in so we don't overlook it. And I know a few of you guys have been watching this show, so I want you to kind of do or don't sell me on this. What's going on Bound for Glory? And is this an opportunity for me to try to get on back? You know my stance. What was it?
No.
I haven't even got it out yet. I see shaking
The
of the
answer
head.
is no.
Sword, no.
Sword, no. Bad sword. Bad.
Wow.
Can I just say real quick? I do respect Dustin, who emailed our show earlier. He's one of our more like able to debate with us people on TNA, and I thank him for that, for not just being like, oh, you fucking WWE marks or whatever. I thank him for that. He did note something in his email about how he sort of buys pay-per-views for great matches, not for like the progression of the story.
Okay.
I think it should be the other way around. You should buy a pay-per-view for the achievement or the finality or some conclusion or big climax of a story.
I'd also argue if we're going to have great matches on Bound for Glory.
We're not.
What are the matches? What do we have coming up?
What are the matches? I don't even know what the matches are.
Television is
I'll break
jerking
down
off.
the matches.
Pay-per-views
I've
are
been
coming.
watching TNA now for about a month for the lead up to TNA Bound for Glory, and I have no idea what the matches are except for Bully Ray and AJ Styles.
You don't pay attention, Riz. All right, here are the matches. You have Bully Ray and AJ Styles for a TNA title.
Okay.
You have Bobby Roode versus Kurt Angle.
Oh yeah, forget it.
Whoop-de-doo. You have Team ATF, as I like to call them, Gunner and James Storm, versus the winner of the Gauntlet match on the pre-show. You have the knockout style match, which is ODB, Gail Kim, and Brooke. And that will most likely be interrupted by Lady Tapa because that's all she's been doing on TV. And you have the Ultimate X match that for some reason Kenny King can't just say that he's a part of too, with Austin Aries, Manic, Chris Sabin, Jeff Hardy, and Samoa Joe. And it's going to be interesting to see if Jeff Hardy is drunk enough to be able to climb the Ultimate X, or if Joe is heavy enough where he jumps on the cables and the whole thing comes crashing down.
That's exactly what's going to happen.
So I mean, looking at this, I can't see how one would be excited about this.
So the only thing I'm excited about is the road trip of awesomeness.
Oh,
the road trip that should always be. Eric Young and Joseph Clark have been doing a video diary of their road trip to Bound for Glory. And holy crap, is it awesome.
I'd watch that more than I would watch TNA Impact right now.
You know, I did this one morning and just kind of got, I really didn't have much to kind of watch and I just had a few minutes. Am I okay just watching the TNA YouTube?
I've done
for the
it.
clips they have? Like there was no other easy way for me to watch it other than buying it. Well, even buying it on iTunes isn't really a thing that makes sense for me.
You're not missing much from the in-between.
No, I'm not. So just
You're
catch
really not.
the gist of it. Like I see the road trips are actually on YouTube, so I kind of want to watch them now.
You could probably even just watch our wrap-up and be completely caught up.
I do watch your wrap-up, and I wasn't entirely sure what's going on. No, I listen to your wrap-up like every week.
Thank you, Sorg.
Well, if I'm going to put on the network, I want to know what the heck's going on for one thing, and also I know it legitimately like kind of keeps me up. Well, what is going on at TNA? So hopefully I have a better idea to bring up, conversations like this.
Oh, and Sorg, there's one other thing in TNA that is going on, and there better be fucking lions.
Oh yes.
Yeah. We need to talk about this on the main show.
Ethan is coming.
Sorg, just watch the YouTube promo for Ethan.
Well, I got something here, and I don't know if this is the thing. Is this what we're talking about?
This is the thing from last week.
Like this is.
Yes, this is it.
I'm sorry, I don't have this. Sorry, I brought it up on the wrong computer, so I don't have the full audio here. But you
don't need audio.
I think we mentioned this. Didn't we mention Derek Bateman last week?
We did talk about.
We didn't see the video though, sir.
Yeah, the video.
Okay.
The video is what makes this awesome.
The video is what makes this.
Just keep waiting. You keep waiting.
Just wait for it. It's like waiting for.
We're still getting pulled.
It's like waiting for 37 in Clerks.
There better be lions.
Now wait.
What?
What do you see that are missing there?
Lions.
There are no lions.
But there is Derek Bateman. Oh, sorry,
Dude,
Ethan.
I would potentially watch TNA to see where they go with this.
Yes.
Like
The only
legitimately.
thing I'm scared of, and Tonio Garza brought it up. You see what his last name is?
Carter.
Exactly.
That's scary.
I don't
be one of the deciding women.
TNA don't.
I am
TNA don't.
Yeah, I'm iffy about that one. But they're okay. All right. Oh, now,
interested in
okay. He was the last reason that I was still watching Tout. I don't watch Tout anymore. He could be the only reason I'm watching Impact. When they get rid of him, I won't be watching Impact anymore. Right? Like, he's the one that you dig
Why were you
through.
still watching Tout?
Because he was still on it!
He is Tout Man.
He is Tout Man. And if you don't respect the Tout Man, then you, sir, don't know comedy.
I'm a Tout Man.
Whoa.
But you know,
I don't know if he's stuck on that expression for real or not. Given what I just said, I'm pretty sure he's actually making that face.
No. No, that's my I think I smelled something unpleasant face.
Oh,
Still there.
Frozen.
Too close to the cat box. Okay, all right, so but still Bound for Glory, and it's so much easier since they only have like 2 pay-per-views a year now. So Bound for Glory is like my, okay, let's see how they're doing. Right?
I would honestly put on the Impact after Bound for Glory.
Really?
No, I'm serious, because you know TNA, Sorg.
Yeah.
The pay-per-views build up for the Impact.
Yeah.
Not the other way around.
They don't.
If anything interesting is going to happen with TNA, it's not going to be about for Glory. It's going to be at the live Impact afterwards.
So they're not actually showing these on just Spike TV now, just for the hell of it?
They're showing
Not yet?
some.
No.
Like, what was No Surrender? They showed
No
on
Surrender, Hardcore Justice.
No, yeah, I know. Those are, I mean, okay, here's the other, and please let me know. How have those come off? Do they feel like pay-per-views?
They feel like Impact.
No.
Okay, well, here's the other question. Here's the other question. How much did those pay-per-views before feel like an Impact, and is that really any different now?
No. Not any different at all.
Okay.
It's weird to have a pay-per-view
20%.
20%?
20%.
Pay-per-views with commercials in it.
I just wanted to answer because everyone just said no, and your question wasn't a yes or no answer.
We made it a yes or no question.
Thank you for the course correction. I don't even. I'm trying to give TNA a chance here. Damn, guys.
Sorg.
I feel bad for it. Well, you know
Watch
people
the
that work
Impact
there.
After Show. Watch the Impact After Show on Thursdays on the YouTubes.
No,
and you'll figure out why we do this.
No, but sorry, the Impact After Bound for Glory could be very interesting.
Okay.
Because we were talking about like a possible reboot for TNA.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, if AJ Styles wins the championship at Bound for Glory, which he is most likely to do, he will be a champion without a contract, much in the way that CM Punk was. And that could be an interesting storyline that they do.
No, because
copy exactly what
because it doesn't make any sense.
Haven't they been giving him the CM Punk storyline for quite a while now?
Yes.
No. They've been giving him multiple CM Punk storylines every time something happens.
It was kind of like, it wasn't it CM Punk mixed with Sting, Crow Sting, mixed with, I don't know, Emo AJ.
It was CM Punk mixed with Crow Sting, and I have a feeling that they had to rush the plans on it, which led to the whole Dixie Carter heel turn, because Kurt Angle had to go to rehab.
Oh.
No, because at Hardcore Justice, it was supposed to be the Main Event Mafia against the Aces and Eights.
Yeah.
And it was supposed to be Kurt Angle in that match, too. Now, right after that was announced, Kurt Angle, that was when he had to go to rehab.
Yeah.
So the Main Event Mafia had to delay that match a week because at the live show, apparently, they couldn't figure out what to do because they had already advertised that match.
Figure out what to do.
So they had to announce that the Main Event Mafia would have a mystery partner.
Whoa.
Oh, what
Sorry.
was that? Okay.
Bobby,
So,
no.
So the Main Event
Bobby,
Mafia.
no.
I didn't.
The Main
It wasn't me.
Stop interrupting him.
It was my dad's Kindle.
Stop
Bobby's
touching
dad, no.
Stop touching Snorlax. So anyway, the Main Event Mafia had a mystery partner that, I mean, it should have been Kurt Angle in that spot, but because he was in rehab, they had to rush the face turn of AJ Styles.
Mm.
And I'm pretty sure that threw off their entire plan for this. At least I'm hoping that was their plan.
Wait, you know that they're not doing that. Oh, go ahead. I'm about to interrupt you, WrestleFan. Go ahead.
I just want to say that, like, from what it seems like, the biggest problem with TNA is, and I don't mean to compare it to WCW. I actually listened to a podcast called the What a Maneuver podcast, which covers like WCW's from like
How
the NWO
dare
era.
you?
What? They have a specific podcast that isn't like how we podcast. But no, they like sort of illustrate like what the problems were with WCW in like '97. And the thing they touched on, I think it's really like the example of what's happening with TNA, is that they don't understand the basic concept of how, like, fans want a visceral feeling out of a storyline.
Yeah.
Instead of trying to develop something and trying to bring like realism and actual situations to this whole AJ Styles stuff, and making actual like stuff that the fans have been vocalizing to Dixie Carter about this storyline, they're just basically making AJ a copy of CM Punk and just having Dixie Carter be sassy and drop Stephanie McMahon's name. Like,
no,
it's
she
not
didn't stop Stephanie McMahon's name.
Stephanie Levesque.
She dropped Triple H's name because she doesn't know how that joke works.
I know, but that's my thing, is that they think that like shock value is what makes wrestling fans care about wrestling.
Yeah.
No, it's a visceral feeling of a storyline. That's what they mentioned was the problem with the NWO, like later on, is that no one ever got the upper hand on the NWO. Even when Sting beat Hogan at Starrcade, he immediately loses the belt afterwards.
Yeah.
Because there's no, like, they never get their comeuppance.
Yeah.
And there's never going to be closure to anything that this AJ Styles or Dixie Carter thing is concluding to.
And
at least satisfactory enough conclusion, and that's why it's failing.
And I compare that to the moments we saw with, Big Show in this last week with Daniel Bryan, the first 2 times he won the belt, right?
Right.
That visceral, yes, that's awesome. You don't get that out of anybody in TNA anymore. And again,
It's
like when I say I'll go here in a second for LB, but it's like I looked at the card and it's like I've seen all this before. It's not even. It is. They're playing with the same deck of cards, for the most part, looking up and down that card. It's another X Division match. Okay, yay! It's a bunch of people. Okay, Jeff Hardy's in it now. Yay! It worked so good when they threw RVD in that division, right? And nothing.
Well, sort of. They're throwing Jeff Hardy in because they realize it's our biggest pay-per-view of the year. And we haven't booked Jeff Hardy or Samoa Joe.
Yeah.
Or Austin Aries.
It's the throw. It feels
another match I forgot. Magnus versus Sting for no fucking reason.
So, and obviously, from when you guys are talking about this,
it was literally, we don't have anything for Magnus or Sting, so let's just hotshot a feud between them with no gravitas to it.
When they actually had a decent storyline going, and you can have the Main Event Mafia against Ego.
Mm-hmm.
A 6-man tag. That's the best possible match you can get out of that.
Also, can we draw like a little fork in the road here and talk about how when he was in rehab, how much training and vitamins Kurt Angle has put in his body? Because when he came back last week, or
Yes.
Dude was jacked.
Kurt Angle should not be wrestling at Bound for Glory.
No, he shouldn't.
Yeah, I am.
Not only the fact that he's actually getting inducted into a Hall of Fame, which I guess TNA's requirement for Hall of Fame is no requirement because it's all full of current wrestlers.
Mm-hmm.
Like, that's not a Hall of Fame. That's just, hey, these guys are old.
And these guys like us now because we pay them a lot of money. So yay!
I'm trying to get a picture of Kurt Angle here to see how jacked he is. Oh my God!
Yeah.
Oh, here we go. So this is Kurt Angle post rehab. Well, I mean, the only thing I can say is he's in rehab. So he has nothing else to do, so he's lifting weights. You know what I mean? But he's not.
Yes, lifting weights, Sorg, that allows him to have abs, but also have a giant gut.
Yeah, I don't know what is up with this thing. Like
it's abs like on top.
He's I was talking about like the new the Jack Reacher movie and how like Tom Cruise needs to not take his shirt off anymore because it looks weird. This is the point where Kurt Angle's getting, I think. I don't know.
He looks like a Rob Liefeld drawing.
Can we talk about something happier, please?
Please, something happier. Please tell me you have something happier.
I don't. Do you have anything?
Oh, the Ego Hall of Fame segment.
Oh, yeah, that was good.
Hey, wait. Dutters in the chat room says that Kurt Angle looks like a giant penis now.
Yes.
So he's completed the full King Kong Bundy.
I'm going to catch him and put him in a Pokeball.
He completed the full Tito Ortiz.
It's a previous show.
Riz, go.
I don't have anything, Sorg.
I bet you wanted something happier. All right, well, we can talk about the Rhodes family again. That was a happy moment. Speaking of storylines culminating, but I think
we've moved off of TNA.
We've really kind of done that one to death. I think already with our Remember When and everything.
Follow the Golden Brick Roads. Follow the Golden Belt Roads.
But beyond that, I mean, we can go to great matches on Raw. We went. I love 9:30 rolls around. We're getting the man. This is a sucky Raw. To holy crap, we had 2 matches the last hour and it was amazing.
Yeah.
So,
and I don't think it was a bad Raw.
No, I don't think at any point it was a bad Raw in consideration.
I think when you don't, it's a 3-hour show, so you're getting a lot of variety. There's some stuff I didn't enjoy, but a lot of, you got the main events that were really good wrestling. You had probably the best Tons of Funk match ever.
Yes.
Probably ever. Really good.
Complete with Brodus Clay nip slip.
Yeah,
that's
fine.
I was talking about when I was watching it.
That was a Brodus Clay kick, sir.
Yeah.
That wasn't just a nip. That was a whole
I mean, it was jiggling all over the place.
Well, minus the Brodus Clay tit part, there was phenomenal good wrestling in that match. Tensai was we all talked about in the hangout. We really want a Tensai Cesaro feud now.
Yeah. Tensai did a monkey flip.
He did a fucking monkey flip, and it was a good monkey flip.
Tensai should teach Eva Marie and JoJo how to wrestle.
Oh God.
Those. Did we talk about that last week with those two?
We did.
Okay, all right. Because no. I mean, it felt horrible when Eva Marie was in there flopping around, and I'm like, this is a really bad proving grounds match. I'm like, did you just get out of wrestling school? It was rough. She's not ready. I'm sure it's going to be a Total Divas episode about it.
NXT Season 3 wrestling was much better, and Caitlyn had her first match ever there.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah. So, and that was miles ahead of what Eva Marie can do.
Wow. How do you even get to that point on? We're on TV.
Well, because it's basically the whole Total Diva stuff. Anytime they're training, it's just for show.
Yeah.
They're not training with fucking Paige and Emma and Bailey and all the actual NXT wrestlers.
Yeah, you never even see them.
You just see a disappointed Sarah Del Rey off in the corner.
Yeah,
she doesn't even want to be in the show. But yeah, speaking of Eva Marie, Sorg, don't go on this for the Mayhem Show thing, but go to at WWE Porn on
Not
Twitter.
bringing that up here.
Yeah, don't bring that up on here. Just pointing that out. They have a serious crush on Eva Marie.
Oh, yeah?
I think the
I
whole
wouldn't call
photo.
it crush.
Oh, you know what, though? Yeah, I did go to it, and account suspended, sir.
Oh.
I wonder why.
Fail whale.
I feel bad for them.
Yeah. Sorry.
But yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah.
Brodus Clay broke it.
Brodus Clay's broke.
Brodus Clay's tit just crashed the internet in New York City.
Jeez. Yeah, but sorry, you popped out there, Mike. All right, just like Brodus Clay's tit.
Brodus Clay's boob.
Yeah, I got a mouse cursor on
Fuck
Rose's
that.
nose. Guys, let's go ahead and wrap this up. It's getting late. Tell me, what'd you learn from wrestling this week? Bobby, let's go with you first.
Why don't you go with me first?
Okay, I'll go with Wheels first, but you're next.
Hot Wheels leading the
Right, I get to go
way.
first. Good, because Sorg, you're the only other person that'll understand this. What I learned. I've learned during costume contests, there are certain things you should not wear as a costume. And being,
Where do you
I don't know
begin
if they're
with that?
supposed to be crackheads, but if you're going to wear the clothes you wear, don't not expect to be picked on by the big monster known as Cage and his partner, Don Carr. My God, it was horrible.
I included some of that in the teaser, by the way, so you'll see that.
Why?
Yeah. Can we point out the one guy that was yelling at Church during the costume contest? Because apparently he made a Indians and casinos joke, and the guy was at ringside, like right up on ringside, pointing at him and yelling at him about his distinctions of which Indians he was talking about. He was trying to educate him by yelling at him. So
All I know is
love
Jackson
wrestling
Amherst's
crowds.
Commentary was great during that.
Yes. Bobby, you ready? Bobby,
Yeah,
you
I'm
ready
ready now.
Okay.
I learned that Mrs. Hair has a mind of its own.
Mm-hmm.
What was up with his hair at the beginning of Raw? Like when he ran out, it was like it was like flipping everybody off and
flipping everybody off.
Yeah, I don't know what it was doing.
It was the Miz.
It was like a Dragon Ball Z hair or something like that, like weird. But and I also learned that Roman Reigns destroyed Goldust's fort at ringside. And that's what it looked like.
What?
Oh,
when he speared him into the barricade.
Yeah,
it just looked like somebody took a pillow for it and just crumbled it.
Oh, you mean his "oh my god" moment?
Yeah, that was intense.
LB, what about you?
I learned that you can take anybody who looks badass and make them more badass by making them hold gaiters on their shoulders.
Riz.
I learned that JBL is just that drunk uncle who just likes wrestling. Because if you guys saw the Los Matadores match, he had a giant boner for El Torito.
Mm-hmm.
Olay! He said that every time they come out, and he like freaks out every time.
And for a guy that was like hunting Mexicans at the border when he was feuding with Guerrero and Mysterio.
Mm-hmm. Oh, and also
I'm pretty sure JBL is just scouting El Torito for the new adornment for his limousines.
Oh, yeah. And Zeb Coulter
JBL loves midgets.
also hates Los Matadores, also known as Los Illegals.
There's that. Mad Mike, what about you?
Okay, I learned a few things from New York Comic Con.
Okay.
One, I learned that the twin directors of See No Evil 2 are very hot, and one of them wants to bang Kane like really badly.
Really?
Yes. No. This is true. She said that it was tough the first few days working with Kane because she was fangirling over him.
Oh wow.
By fangirling, I assume it means she wants to fuck him. Number two, I learned that Hornswoggle wants to do a Leprechaun versus Chucky movie, and the Chucky people seemed to think that was a cool concept.
Oh, so I mean,
that might be a thing.
So is it like this is a reboot? This is it was supposed to be like what Leprechaun in the beginning, right? So he's like a young Leprechaun, right?
They didn't say reboot.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more of a reimagining because they said there's no humor in it.
Oh, really?
No humor in it. It's very like they showed one clip. It's very dark and like angry midget hornswoggle.
Wow.
And I think this could lead to a heel turn and a feud of El Torito. And the last thing I learned from New York Comic Con is that you're a nerd when you hear a bunch of people screaming "Ho!" in a con, and you're not sure if someone is cosplaying as Lion-O or if Hacksaw Jim Duggan is there. It ended up being Hacksaw. It ended up being Hacksaw.
If only it was Hacksaw cosplaying as Lion-O.
No, I think
With a
Hacksaw
2x4
cosplaying as Snarf.
instead of
As
sword.
Snarf. Yes.
Yeah.
Snarf.
Eamon, how about you?
I learned from wrestling this week that Kenny Loggins' Heaven Helps the Man is the greatest wrestling entrance theme of all time, and I dare you to find a better one.
What?
Dare you?
All right.
All right. You're on.
Sure.
Sorg, what did you learn?
That just broke me. I lost it after that one. I'm sorry.
Sorry, I'm going to hold you now. I won't hold you down.
You won't hold me down?
I won't hold you down. I relearned the importance of the WWE app, a new way to watch TV. And I realized
over 8
why.
million downloads.
Yes, let me show
Do
you
you want
how.
us to show you how to do it? Yeah.
Let me show you how.
The WWE app also suggested that Paul Heyman might twerk in the near future.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that was weird. But no, other than that, there was a tremendous promo, and hopefully you can probably find it on WWE's website. But try to find the promo before Curtis Axel faced CM Punk on Monday night. Because it was the entire like.
It's the best thing Curtis Axel.
They're fighting over Heyman. And he says, "I'm going to win for you, Paulie, in under whatever time." And he hugs Heyman and gives right back that look. You know,
I'm hugging your bitch.
Yeah, what's up? I got him. What's up? Yeah, it's yeah, I like that. I think his is more accurate than mine. So go. It's good stuff, and this is really Heyman bringing the best out of both of these. Guys, I think we probably considered Luddites in the wrestling industry for the longest time.
You know what? If Curtis Axel just turned into the the third wheel, like the Biggie Langston role between the bromance of Ryback and Paul Heyman, that would be so much better.
Guys, it's the Wrestling Mayhem Show. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for joining us in the chat room. Texas Anarchy learned that Alex Cars hates Paul London. Whoa.
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 I didn't read that to myself in advance.
Whoa.
There's some stuff happening over on the Wrestling Mayhem Show Facebook group, which you should learn and find out what that is. You should also join us here live Tuesday nights at live.sorgatronmedia.com. Check out the 24/7 hour feed also at that address and on Justin TV /Sorgatron Media, WrestlingMayhemShow.com, iTunes, Stitcher, YouTube, Good Times at WrestlingMayhemShow.com, 412-206-WMS0 on the Google Plus, at Mayhem Show on the Twitter, on the Facebooks, all those places. Check all this stuff out. Thank you, everybody. Let us know if you like this kind of bigger mashup of everybody here. Two computers.
Should we all just talk at once now, Sorg?
Hey, why don't you all say my closer on 3? 1, 2, 3.
My closer.
My closer on
Follow me on Vine.
Mayhem out!
Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Just wait. Wait for the perfect time then attack. Don't give up what you want, take it back. Wait for the perfect Watch out!